Arrow Season 3, Episode 7, Draw Back Your Bow. I really love this episode, but oddly enough, like, the stuff I love the most about this episode had nothing to do with Cupid herself. Like, she was an interesting villain, and it was kind of weird. She was just a crazy woman who was really attached to Oliver because he saved her during the stuff with Slade and all that. And I thought that was pretty cool how they did that. It was just exciting that they even went back to that, even if it was just to establish like this is why she kind of fell for him. But I thought she was interesting. But the stuff I really enjoyed was just like the little things here and there, and the stuff with Ray and Felicity, of course, them kissing, and then that itself was like, whoa, they actually kissed, and then Oliver's son is like, that's depressing. Like the whole episode was like they both want to be with each other, and Oliver is continuously going with I have to be alone. And by the end, I don't know if he was actually going to talk to her about trying to figure something out or what, but either way, it ended sad for him, so that kind of sucked. And then we had the stuff with the flashback that was really good, where we got to see Oliver actually bonding with them, and it was actually really cool because it was like typically he's just like the gaijin like they talked about, but it was cool. We got to see him working with Katana. We got to see her actually in action for the first time, so that was really cool. She just like took a bunch of people out. That was really sweet. And by the end of this episode, he had helped her to try to find her husband, and they worked together, and they had their bonding moment. And he had already kind of bonded with the guy because when he left, they were kind of making. The guy was like, I'm gonna go alone, and when Oliver was like, well, what am I supposed to do? He's like, your laundry. Apparently, they both kind of chuckled, and Oliver was like laughing because they have already bonded, even if it's a little. They bonded through their work, and in this episode, we got to see him bond with Katana. So that was really cool. I was glad, of course, to see the guy wasn't dead because that really would have sucked, especially because they have a kid. So it was nice that everything worked out. We just got a cool action scene. Oliver kind of got beat up, but that was about it, really. But I thought it was really cool. We got to see him bond more with them as a family. It's not just he bonds with the one guy he works with because they both work for Waller, but he actually bonded with Katana because he does give a crap about this guy. So that I really enjoyed. And then we got to see this stuff. Roy's still dealing with the Mirakuru thing and him realizing that he killed someone. He's kind of off his game in this episode, and that's bothering him, and the stuff with Oliver being affected by the end, and they both kind of just need something simple, and they go have dinner with Diggle and his wife, and I thought that was a nice little touch at the end of the episode. It was kind of cool. They both just needed something different, and I don't know what's going to happen with Roy when he finds out about, Thea and the new DJ guy, because that was something I was surprised by, like, oh, look at this guy, and I was really shocked that Roy didn't see Thea kissing that guy, and then it's like, well, we have that kissing scene, and then here's a real big kissing scene like a couple minutes later with Ray and Felicity, and Oliver does see that, so it's like you have this one moment where you expect Roy to come in, and then you have another kissing moment that you didn't expect, and the only reason I didn't expect it was because I thought that they really were gonna keep that tension there, where it's like he got her that dress and the necklace and stuff, so you could tell how it was, but I thought they were just gonna keep that tension, and in this one they kind of just did it. They kissed, and so it's like it's gonna lead to some other stuff. So I didn't really expect it in this episode. I thought it would be the big jumping point, like they would finally kiss in like a future episode because of this one, but I didn't actually expect it to just happen in this one. But I enjoyed it. It's gonna have a good dynamic. We got to see Ray with the Atom suit, so it'll be interesting that they're doing it this way because it's not Ray Palmer as the Atom, and I could be wrong, but I could have sworn that he always had that ability. I could easily be wrong because honestly, I only know the Atom from Justice League, and they, from what I remember, which was also a while ago, he actually just had the ability to get small. If it's from the suit, then it's kind of keeping in line then. So you guys will kind of have to let me know that, but it's definitely more high tech than the cartoon version. Of course, the first thing that comes to mind is like the Iron Man thing because admittedly, it kind of looked like an Iron Man suit, a little bit at least. Like the actual piece, when they showed it in detail, it didn't. Like the front and all that stuff. But the actual, when they did like the side profile with Ray, just standing in front of the 3D image, it would allow like the Iron Man suit. But I think it's going to be really cool. I love the episode. The ending with Boomerang, I think his actual name is Captain Boomerang in the comics. I don't know if they'll actually call him that. I could also be really wrong. But it was interesting that they ended it with that. Like he, killed this random guy. They did it that way because it's gonna mean something. But I don't know if it'll mean something in the actual next episode or what. Because we actually aren't getting anything until December 2nd, and that's going to be the Arrow versus the Flash thing, which of course I'm incredibly excited for. But they ended with Boomerang for a reason, so he's going to be a big villain at some point. Probably like right after the big Arrow versus Flash thing, or maybe he'll have something to do with that, and he'll stay in Arrow. After whatever he ends up doing or whoever he ends up working with. But it was a great episode. They also kind of touched on the Argus stuff with the Suicide Squad when they put Cupid in there. And Diggle mentioned that Waller said, like, she's crazier than the last woman. So I think they put that in there so that we know, like, if they do the Suicide Squad, Harley isn't going to be in there. But it could be someone else. There are multiple females in the Suicide Squad, so it could be someone else. But typically when you say someone's like, this woman's crazier than the last woman, the first crazy woman that comes to mind is, of course, Harley Quinn. So I think they put that in there to say, like, if they do the Suicide Squad, unfortunately, we won't actually end up getting Harley Quinn, but they did it for a reason. So, it's kind of cool that they at least touched on it just to know, like, hey, even when we do it down the line, unfortunately, we won't be able to do it with Harley Quinn. And I hope they talk about it at least, how she even got out of the Suicide Squad. But overall, I loved the episode. I thought it was really well done. Like I said, oddly enough, the main point of the episode was actually like my least favorite part. I didn't hate it or anything like that. I still enjoyed it. But, there are just other little things. Like even the stuff with Thea and the random DJ guy was just like surprising. Although it was kind of obvious. Once again, I didn't expect the guy to just kiss her in like the first episode he was in. It was like, okay, obviously it's going to be like 3 or 4 episodes and they're going to start making out. No big deal. And then he like kissed her in the beginning and she didn't seem to have much of a problem with it. So that's probably just going to be another issue Roy has where he still has feelings for Thea and he's going to have to balance some other stuff out. But I love the episode. Of course, comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about this one, your favorite parts, your least favorite parts. And with the ending we got where they actually introduced a villain, which I guess they did last time too, really, with Cupid. What do you guys think the reason is for introducing Boomerang into the series? Like, what do you think his importance is going to be, considering they had him in there and it was all suspenseful? Like, he killed a guy and for whatever reason he's talking about, old work that comes back to haunt people. What do you guys think his real importance is going to be in, upcoming episodes? Comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.